great. So we'll start with you just introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Myles, 36 years old, father of four, born and raised in South Auckland, Manereo to be exact.
Wow. Have you ever left?
Yes, I have left. I'm a contractor, do gutter installation.
Yeah.
So, gutter protection, So all that is putting mesh over gutters just so there's no leaves and shit going in there.
Sweet.
So yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. And what makes you want to share your story on the Let Me Speak campaign?
Not just to help everyone, but my main focus is trying to get into youth heads.
Yeah.
And if we can stop the cycle of youth even coming towards and getting on the gear, or even reaching out to it, if we can stop it there, well, later on in the years, there's going to be no myth around.
Yeah. Why is that so important to you?
As myself, I was youth when I first started, and it does fuck your life up.
Yeah.
Without you even realising it. I think you think you don't realise it, but you do. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Is it like you don't realise it at the time, but then there's massive fucking consequences?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So when you're a youth and you're on it, you think because you're so young and you're youth, it doesn't hurt you or anything like that, or you can't get in trouble because you're sort of not of age yet.
Yeah.
So you sort of, what am I trying to say? You sort of take it for granted.
Yeah. And then fuck, it catches up with you, eh?
Oh, fuck, it sure does. It sure does.
Okay, well, in saying that, where does your journey with addiction begin?
Oh, my journey, probably when I was born. No. Most probably 2000 and...
Well, what was your childhood like?
My childhood was actually okay.
Oh?
Yeah, I had a good childhood. So, my father left at 2. That was kind of hard, but it is what it is. So my mother brought me and my brother up. I was 2 years old when my father left. And then my stepdad came into play. I don't know how old I was. I think I was 3 or something. So I grew up with a stepdad.
He was all good?
Yeah, he was all good. He was always there for me, but I didn't like him for years. Like, you're not my dad. Why are you trying to tell me what to do? Like, I hated him actually, until I got a little bit older, like 9, 10, and I realised, fuck, he's still here.
Yeah.
Fuck, he buys me presents. He's
stood by your mum?
Yeah, and he stood by my mum for all these years. They're not together anymore, but so my childhood was actually pretty good. Besides being rebellious of why my dad left, was I not good enough? But like, we were fed, we had a house, so my childhood was pretty good.
Cool.
And so my addiction sort of started, I would say, well, I had my first pipe in 2000. I was 14 years old.
Did you just go straight from absolutely nothing at all to a pipe? Or?
Oh, no. I smoked weed. I started smoking weed at intermediate.
Yeah.
And then that was just a regular thing. And then, 2000, I was 14 years old. I was at one of my mates' house, and then he goes to me, bro, fuck, I know this mansion that we can rob. And I was like, oh, yeah, fuck, yeah, then, sweet. So we went to this house, and we robbed the house. And the top drawer in one of the main rooms was full of gold coins. So that's all we did. We grabbed all those gold coins, gapped it, and then we were looking for weed. So I said, bro, I know where to get some weed from. And he goes, oh, yeah, sweet. And then I rang my cousin. Bro, we just done this room. Can you get us some ounces? He's like, yeah, sweet, come see you soon. So anyway, he came. And I showed him all the coins, and he goes, fucking coins? The fuck is this shit, bro?
Would you rob the pokies?
Yeah. And I just explained to him, and he goes, fuck, hold on, I'll go to the bank and I'll change it all. And he got all the notes. It was $3,500 in coins.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Wow. What the hell was he doing with all of them?
Fuck, I wouldn't have a clue. But anyway, and then that was all good. He scored us some ounces. We went back to my old lady's place. And we're in there, and he goes, oh, cuz, fuck, you ever tried this? And I was like, no, what is kibble? Because I like to try things.
Young, experimental.
Yeah. So I had a couple of puffs, and I was like, oh, fuck, this is dumb. So I gave it back to him. He left, normal. And then that was my first ever time trying it. Like, it did nothing to me.
Yeah.
Like, after that, I went and got stoned, and I was fucking...
Yeah.
But Then 2002 came. I went and stayed with a family member because I used to look after my little cousins. And then I was in the garage with this family member. It was him and his cousin.
Yeah.
They were playing ping pong,
As you do.
pool, and they were having pipes. And me being, I was 16 at the time, me just watching them, what they're doing, and I'm like, fuck, I've had that before.
And it was fuck all.
Yeah, and I was like, but there was heaps there, and I was like, fuck. Bro, can I have some? Oh, you don't fucking need this shit. Oh, okay. 10 minutes later, but I want some. Can I try it? And then, nah, he still said no. Then he went inside.
And probably the fact that they're saying no is making you want it more.
And it was. So he went inside, and his cousin was still out there. And I said, bro, you just some of that. And like, hey, bro, here you go. Started smoking, and I was like, oh, yeah, sweet. And then it was the daytime when we were in the garage. And I was like, yeah, smoking it. And I was like, fuck, this is doing nothing.
Oh,
Fuck, this is
one.
done. And then next minute, I could hear birds chirping. Then I was sweating. And it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. But I didn't know it was 6 o'clock. But I was sweating so much. I was like, fuck, it's hot out. What the fuck? Then I went outside and I was like, oh, fuck, it's not even night time yet. And then another family member comes in and she goes, fuck, you've been out here all night. And I'm like, what do you mean? Fuck, I've only been here for a couple of hours. She's like, it's the next day, boy. I'm like, fuck. And then I was like, fuck, I love this shit. Fuck, I was like, fuck. I was still awake. I was like, yeah, sweet as. And then, so I was up for probably like 4 days.
On your first fucking solid round.
Yeah, I was probably up for like 4 days.
At 16.
At 16. And then after the 4th day, I couldn't do anything. My body was just, all I wanted to do was curl up in the ball and go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I went to sleep and I woke up the next day. So I slept 24 hours straight. Woke up and then instantly, what did I want? I wanted another puff.
Yeah.
So I went straight back into this family member. Fuck, get a more? Can I have some more? And then, yep. Sweet. Started from there. And then I left. And then I met this girl at this family member's house. I knew her partner. They lived next door.
Yeah.
And then she had heaps. She had ounces of the shit. Like heaps of the shit. So that instantly attracted me to it.
Yeah.
So for months on end and the years to come, I would keep going to see her. And then I just kept smoking it. And then I think I was...
And what, was she just fucking giving it to you for nothing?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Like nothing. I'd sit there with her and we'll just smoke. And then it got to the point where I was there for I'd been up for, I think, like 10 days.
Oh.
I was only 16 at the time. I think I'd been up 10 days and I was sitting in the garage and my vision went blurry.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't see. All I could do was sit there and pick up the pipe and smoke it. And that's when I sort of knew, fuck, what the fuck? Like, go to sleep, bro. Have a sleep. I slept for 3 days straight. I woke up and I was like, fuck this shit. I hate this shit. I don't want to do this shit anymore. So that was all good. And then I left. And then I went back to my mum's. Everything sort of was all good again. Just smoking weed, getting on the piss. And then I met this girl. I met her at 16. And then we started dating at 17. Then we got pregnant at 18. I was 18 when she got pregnant. I'm still with her to this day.
Oh, mean.
And then before she got pregnant, she had never tried it before. And I wanted to keep it that way. So, yeah. And then she smoked weed, drunk and that. She got pregnant, she stopped everything. And I was still dabbling at that time.
Yeah.
At 18. And then
But was it just now and then, or?
Oh, usually every weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like every weekend. And then everyone thinking since I'm gonna have a baby, myself even, I thought I was gonna stop.
Life's gonna change.
Yeah. But I didn't. I carried on. Anyway.
Why didn't it?
I don't know.
Addiction too strong, or
Yeah.
like the need for it was just too hearty.
I think it's more of a, yeah, it could be need, but more of a want. And then anyway, we went to go in the hospital. She went to go give birth. Pulled up there. That was all good. I went straight in the room. I went to sleep on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah, like I slept.
come downs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then my mother was in there and everything. Her mother was there. And yeah, I fell asleep through the birth. I woke up and seen my baby come out. And then that was all good. And then I sort of had a bit of a rest. Sort of was still dabbling in it. Like I've dabbled in it for so long until I stopped. But I was still dabbling in it slowly. And then I think it was maybe fast forward after that son was born. Fast forward to 2007. I'm pretty sure it was 2007. I was 19 or 20 at the time. I wasn't getting on with my partner's parents, so I wasn't allowed to live there. I wasn't allowed at her place, so I moved in with my old lady. And then from there, I was bum. I wasn't working, wasn't doing nothing. And then I was at my cousin's house one day, and then the family member I was talking about before was at my cousin's house. Oh, what do you do, boy? I said, nah, it's been a bum. Fucking nothing. She's like, oh yeah, jump in the car, let's go. Hey, you can come do some work for uncle. Okay, sweet as. Went there, and then, because I already knew what meth was.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. And he goes, oh boy. He goes, yep. Passes me over a quarter of an ounce. I want this much out of it. He's just testing me, see what I could do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck, sweet. Boom, they had 2 phone calls. Bella, I got this. Sweet, be there soon. Within 2 hours, I had sold the lot. Went back in. Hey bro, here's the money. And he goes, bro, fuck, 2 hours? I go, well, I know people. And he goes, fuck, that was fast. Fuck, keep you on.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was with them for, I think, a year. I was on the door. Gang pad.
Yeah.
So my time there was, throughout the year I was there, it's like I got to be a couple of grams a day smoking, but I'd always shut shop at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And just the shit I've seen, the people come and go, the different walks of life come and go to that gang pad.
Okay.
People don't realise, big CEOs of companies smoke the shit. Businessmen in business suits and everything like that, down to ugly motherfuckers with big tattoos everywhere, shit like that. I've seen gang members while I was there chasing their wives around the house with fucking baseball bats and knives, and that's not a good look, especially when you got kids around there. So, but to me, I thought, fuck, that's not my problem, that's their problem. I'm all good, I'm in my little caravan on the side and I'm just offloading all the gear.
Yeah.
And then I was there for a whole year, and then I kept going with the cook. So we'll shoot down the line, do a cook, come back. And then after that first year, we went and done the last cook. But our house was so hot. Cops would pull in the driveway, flash the lights, and just reverse out. Cops would sit out on the road. Any cars that pull in, once they leave, getting pulled up, getting integrated. Why are you going to their house? Who are you going to see? Well, what's down there? And then that's when paranoia sort of started kicking in for me. And then I went and seen this family member. I said, bro, we need to stop. We need to cool down. He's like, bro, we're cracking it. I'm like, fuck, bro, we're keeping it going. Okay then. So I went and done the last cook with the cook. And then done a big cook. I think he must cook like, I think it was something like 10 ounces or something. Came back. I went inside and I said, bro, I'm done. Fuck, I'm out. He's like, hey, fuck, bro, we're rolling. I said, yeah, I know, but we're rolling. But, bro, when it comes down to it, if they come here, I'm gone, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a leg. And I said, I can't do a leg for my kids. But not realising I was a dad to my kids, but wasn't really there.
Yeah, not
If you know what I mean?
Not present.
Not present. And he's like, oh, okay, then you're good. I said, yeah. So he gave me a couple of ounces to leave with, $5,000. And then I left and I stayed in motels for a bit. And I was just ringing people like, bro, come over, because I just wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then a few of the boys would come over, I'd, fuck, here's your wallet. They're like, what are you doing? Open it up. 200, yeah. Fuck, I'll throw them like, I don't know, a couple of grams or something. They're like, dude, fuck yeah, bro, sweet.
Yeah,
I just wanted to get rid of it, eh?
Mm.
And then at the time I got a phone call from this chick. She was crying. There was this dude I knew, her partner. She was crying. Oh, you just gave me a hiding, da da da. Yeah, fuck, come over then. And then not knowing what would happen.
Yeah.
So I was still with my partner at the time.
Yeah.
And I done the stupid thing of cheating on her in the hotel room. I got my bro. He booked the hotel room under his name, da da da. But his last name sort of stood out. This chick who I was with, the word got around to her father and her partner, and they came to the hotel room.
Oh no.
And all I hear is a boop 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 boop. I'm like, fuck. And then all you can hear them yelling out her name. We know you're in there. I was like, fuck, just go to the door. Fuck, you just gotta go. Goes to the door, open it up, and then her father's at the door, and he's like, you little cunt, fuck. I just stood straight up, fuck, what are you gonna do, cunt? And then her partner's outside, he's like, I'll fucking kill you. I said, bro, I'm here, come. Sweet ass, all good. Anyway, they left, then I was getting all these abusive texts. My partner was trying to ring me, she was texting me, I was ignoring it. What do you know? She turns up to the hotel room. Boom. And I'm thinking, fuck, they don't know. But their last name is significant. And she looked at that straight away and she's like, this is something he would use. So she came to that door, boom, 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 bawling her eyes out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, nah, babe, it wasn't anything. Hey, me thinking being cooked.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't happen, but it did. Me being cooked.
And unaware of others' emotions at that time, eh?
You don't feel you don't feel the emotions. And that's the thing, when you're on it, you have no emotions. Well, that's for myself anyway. I had no emotions whatsoever. So yeah, that happened. There's a big fallout and everything. We sort of had a break. That was 2007. And then that was sweet. And then a year later, she's like, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, yeah, fuck's not mine. And she's like, it's yours. You're the only one. Guy. You're the only one I've slept with.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, fuck, being cooked. I'm like, fuck, when was the last time we slept together? Being so cooked, you miss out on days, you miss out on weeks, you miss out on months. I mean, anyway, so we had a daughter. We sort of reconnected then, got back together, and I thought that was my changing path, was my daughter. And because I done quite good after we had my daughter.
Oh, yeah. Like,
I done real good, actually. She was born in 2008. Yep, 2008. And then, it was 3 days, it was all good. And then I think it would have come to about 2012 or 13. I had sort of gone back into that same cycle. Picked up a pipe again.
Why do you think you did that?
I think because I missed it.
Yeah.
That's just being honest. I think I missed that rush of not feeling emotions.
Yeah. In the lifestyle, or just what it did for you as an individual? Just
sort of what it did for me as an individual.
Yeah.
Because sort of when I was on it, it wasn't sort of about the money. Like at the time, at the pad, when I was on the door, money was coming and going. But later on in life, it was more of, if I got big bags, fuck, I don't need money. Money's nothing.
Yeah.
I can just, if I needed $100, I'll just ring someone up. Bro, I'll give you a quarter for $100.
Yeah.
And then, so it's been about 2012. I started getting back in that cycle. We stayed in Manadua, but I had all my in-laws living with us. And I'm the type of dude that sort of likes my own space.
Yeah.
Especially when I have a little family. And it was sort of, I was getting overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I told my missus, I said, fuck, I'm off to Aussie.
Oh.
And she goes, hey. And I said, well, fuck, I'm not working. I was spiralling back downhill. They sort of, I don't think they sort of knew that I was back on the gear harder. Because I learned how to sort of hide it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought anyway. So then, 2012, I thought, fuck, I need to get out of here. I need to move to a totally different country to straighten my life out properly. So 2012, I went to Aussie. Went over there with, I think I had $27 in my pocket. I had nowhere to live. My flight got delayed so I got delayed at Sydney. So I had to stay overnight at Sydney. This is my first time ever flying in my life.
Fucking hell.
When we got the announcement, I'm like walking around in the airport like, fuck, what do I do? Like, fuck, where do I stay? I've got nowhere to stay. And then they were like, no, we put you in a hotel. So that was all good. And then from there, I flew to Perth. My partner had organised for her cousin's partner to come pick me up. So I stayed with them.
Oh, man.
Yeah, everything was going good over there. I landed there. He took me out and everything. The next day, we went to his mates, got on the piss. I got chatting. His mate gave me this number for a job, and I started on the Monday.
Man.
Yeah, and I thought, sweet. I was there for a month, and everything was going sweet. And then the old little crystal meth came along.
Oh, no.
And I found it. And I got introduced to this Canadian lady.
Yeah.
She loved Māoris. Her husband was Māoris. Her kids were Māoris. And she was the crack queen. She had it all. And I got introduced to her from one of the workmates. He was an Italian. He took me over there. But I would give him the money and he would get it. And I kept going over with him, and it was about 4 weeks I had been over there. And he went to the toilet and she goes, bro, are you paying for this? I was like, yeah. She's like, how much is he charging you? I said, 300. Well, just for one? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, here's my number, bro. And I was like, oh yeah, sweet. Then I started going to get it off her by myself.
Yeah.
And
cutting out the middleman.
Cutting the middleman. And then next thing you know, I'm getting grams off her for $100. And I was like, fuck, this cunt. You've been fucking undercutting me, cunt. And so me and him had a fallout. And then it was coming, I had been there for about, I think 7 or 8 months. And I started getting real cooked again.
Fuck, you would with that fucking process.
Real cooked. And because I was making quite good money there. And then, it would have been about 7 months into it, 7 or 8 months. Regularly going to the bars and shit with the boys after work, getting on the piss. And then this one particular day, we went to go get some weed from the tinny shop. We walked in there, me and one of the little bros, he's a Kiwi. Went in there, oh bro, get up. Yep, sweet. Took us down to the room, grabbed the fitty, walked on the way back. Dumb thing that dude done on the door was open the whole drawer. So I seen everything that was in the drawer. And he closed the drawer, walked back out, jumped in the car, and I looked at the bro and I said, bro. He goes, bro, there's no one in there. I was looking down every room as we walked down there. I was like, guess what? We're going to take it. We went in there. And I just walked in. I said, oh, bro, grab another one. I said, yeah, bro, sweet. And then went down into the room and I said, bro, guess what? Fucking give me all your shit. Bro, you don't know who you're fucking with. And I said, bro, I'm from fucking Reba, mate. I don't give a fuck who yous are. And then at that time, this little fella, my little mate behind me, jumped straight over me, smacked him in the mouth. We grabbed everything. And then as we're walking out, 3 patch members walked through the door. I'm like, fuck. So all I done was I ran towards them, jumped in the air, 2 feet together, boof, kicked them all down, ran straight in the car. One of them managed to run around the back of the car. I reversed into him, I ran him over, carried on. But this is how cooked I was. This is how cooked we were. I said, bro, we're going back to the pub. He's like, nah, drop me off home. So his house is, so the tinny shop was, say, here. Come out here, go right, and then there was our house.
Oh, hell.
Where we fled.
Pretty much right next
Behind.
door.
And then he goes, no, I'm staying here. I was like, fuck, I'm going back to the pub with the boys, bro. Yep, sweet. Went back to the pub. 10 minutes later, I get a phone call. Bro, 5 carloads just drove past. I was like, fuck, that's us. I went back. All the boys came up and said, bro, nah, you aren't in on this, bro. Fuck cap it, me and him done it. We have to sort it out. He's got all the lights on in the house, da-da-da. But he's outside and he's sitting in the bush. I walk up the driveway and this pole comes swinging out and I fucking duck, bro, it's me. Fuck, bro, nah, bro, there was 5 carloads of them, bro, they're coming. I was like, fuck, well, for starters, turn all the lights off, cunt. Turn them all off. So he turned them all off. I said, bro, we need to sit right at the back of the house by the garage. Pitch black. I had a machete. He had a bat. Sure enough, 5 carloads pulled up. Bottom of the driveway. One solid line. All of them are walking up. I looked at him, bro, we out. He's like, what do you mean? I said, bro, when I say go, fuck, over the fences. Yep, sweet. I was like, nah, boof. I was gone. Jumped the fence. Just as I jumped the fence, one of the members was on the other side of the fence with the bat. Schooled me straight in the face. Fuck, my face instantly popped out here, but I managed to get the bat off him. And I put him to sleep. And I managed to gap it. Jumping these fences. And then I managed to jump one fence, but it was a big drop. I hid behind the side of the garage. I was like, yeah, I'm safe. Fuck, wonder how the bro was. Next minute I hear screaming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. And I can hear my name getting called out. I'm like, fuck. So I ended up, fuck it. Jumped the fence, ran out there with the machete, and I just started swinging the machete. Swinging, until I heard cop cars. When I heard cop cars, I ran. Anyway, after that, the bro got taken to the hospital. He got stabbed in there. He's permanently deaf. Everything was all good after that. Asked my mate if he wants to press charges. No, because there's no point in pressing charges when we did what we did.
Freaked out. Yeah.
And then went back in, told everyone. And then come that Monday, went back to work. I get called into the office and the boss is like, bro, fuck, you gotta get out of here. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I've just had a visit from a bikie gang. I was like, what are you on about? He's like, you and da-da-da did something during the weekend? I was like, oh, fuck. So that sort of got me thinking. I was thinking in my head, because I was so cooked, I was like, fuck, who cares, bro? I'm all good. I'm safe. They ain't gonna do anything to me. And he's like, bro, I'm telling you now, you sort of need to either go to another state or go back to New Zealand. And then anyway, I had a bit of a sleep, wake up to reality. Like partner's cousin fucking sort of told my partner, bro, this fella's got in a bit of trouble. And I explained to him, bro, don't tell her. She doesn't need to know. She's going to worry. Because when I went back to the house, like I said, my face was out there.
Your face would have been fucking
it was
huge.
fucked.
Yeah.
It was huge.
Hard.
And then they're like, what happened? I explained to them, and even they were like, bro, I think you need to move. So anyway, I came back, I think 2014. And then when I came back, I was sweet. Like I had no gear, I was sweet. From 2014, 2014 I came back. And then the year, fast forwarding after all those years, I was still puffing every now and then, but sort of on the down low. And I thought no one knew, but I'm guessing everyone sort of knew. And then when I really sort of hit rock bottom was 2022 now. I think it was 2017, 18. I sort of got back into it, like really got back into it, where the effects it had on my partner, not just my partner, my kids, it broke them. She was already broken. Like I put her through hell. I think me not wanting to realise I did that, but knowing I did, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was 2017, 18, where I sort of got hard out back into it. And just the lying, the manipulating things, what I was doing to her, being secretive about certain things, sort of keeping my phone on me 24/7, just because you might get that text of, brother, fuck, it's on.
Weird.
Yeah. And then it's like, all of those little things were coming into play. And then, 2018, and I was going hard out on it. She kicked me out, so I got kicked out. And then I sort of lived on the street for a few days, probably like 5 days or something. Just lived on the street, just roaming, doing nothing, being cooked, without being cooked.
Yeah.
And sort of got to that point where she sort of let me back in. Me being me, saying, babe, please, I'm going to change, da-da-da, which didn't happen.
Saying what she needed to hear.
That's right. Knowing that she loves me that much, that she would take me back.
So taking advantage of the love she had for you.
Like totally, like full on taking advantage. And so I got back in there, I moved back in. I was still working at the time. I was doing traffic control. And then how I know it got to that point of me being overcooked is I'll do triple shifts at work. So I'll work day, night, day. And then it'll be driving down the motorway. I'm picking the pipe, driving the truck with my knees, and I'm smoking the pipe down the motorway before I get to site. Anyway, so I was there for not even a year at this job before a member of the public called the owner of the company and said, the driver of this truck, I've just witnessed him smoking meth. And I was like, oh fuck, he rang me up, what the fuck you doing? I said, babe, she's all fucking shit, I'm not fucking smoking meth. And he's like, oh fucking hell, you need to come back to the yard now and you're going for a drug test. I'm like, yeah, no, I just need to pack up the site first. Packed up the site and I went straight home. And he rings me, he's like, where are you? I'm coming to get you in the truck. I was like, oh fuck, I'm in Onifero at my dad's. And he's like, oh fuck, well you gotta bring the truck back on Monday, mate. Sweet. Anyway, left that job, got fired from that. Same cycle happened again. Partner went up north for Christmas holidays, New Year's, with my family. At that time, I lost my job, so our car got repoed. That wasn't my fault. We were sort of behind on rent. Me thinking that's not my fault, but it was. Pretty much everything I done is all on me. I can't blame anyone for it. But yeah, she came back from up north. And me saying, yeah, I've been clean, I'm clean now, boom. When she gets back, I was out with the boys playing basketball. I get home, I'm cooked as fuck. I'm cooked as, like, because I'm 6'1", I'm 120 kgs, and I've always been over 100. I was about 84 kgs. Straight in the walked in there normally, I was like, hi babe, and I knew straight away that look she gave me. And I'm like, fuck, in my head, I'm like, fuck, she knows. Fuck, I'm cooked.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. That's the thing, hey? They spend so much time with you. They know your different characteristics.
Straight away.
Yeah.
And when you're cooked, they don't know it.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's what you think anyway.
That's what you think.
Yeah. So
fucking
anyway.
Jaws going to town, eyes fucking...
Oh, yeah.
high beaming.
That's right. And can't look at her straight, eh? Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't look at her straight. I was always looking, then do the old...
Yeah.
Or do the old, fuck, put my glasses on. It's like, bro, it's during the day and you got your glasses on the side.
Yeah, hard.
It's like, fuck. And then anyway, that all happened. And then we had this big argument. It was about the rent. Because I said I'd sort it. But I didn't. And then I was like, fuck, how can I sort it? I reconnected with one of my old mates. And this is when shit went downward. I rang him up and I said, bro, fuck. Went and seen him, called up, and he's like, fuck, what's wrong? I said, fuck, bro. Fuck, I sort of need help. I was, fuck, got any money for me? So like any earns or standovers or anything? And he goes, oh, you better let us. So we went out west seen one of his mates, he's an old cook. Boom, and he goes, oh bro, looking for some money, and he goes, oh fuck, bro, I got something. This fella out, he stays in Takanini, he owes me, but you can have it all. I was like, oh yeah, sweet. Went to go do it. Anyway, we went to the pad. I'm sitting in the car, the bro walks to the fucking door, he's got his gun in his pocket, boom, walks in. Next minute I'm sitting in the car for like half an hour, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Then he rings me, he's like, oh bro, fuck, you want to take this fella's meat up the road and go look for some weights? Scales, and I was like, oh yeah? Like I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on, bro?
What's going on here?
Yeah, and sweet. So I went up, took him up the road, we got some scales, went back. Next minute they're like, oh come on bro. I went in, fuck, and my bro's sitting in there having a fucking good old yarn. I was thinking, in my head I'm standing there like, bro, we're supposed to be taking all the fucking shit off them, bro. I need to pay rent. And then anyway, all of that happened. I ended up fucking driving my car away, and he goes, bro, I'll follow you. And I was like, hey, the fuck? So the dude who, the house we went to, I didn't know, they were sort of making a deal in there. So he gave my bro a car to use, he gave my bro $10,000 cash and half an ounce of gear. And I was like, oh yeah, sweet. So we left, parked up, and he goes, gee, bro, they reckon I'm going to get some eye, and that's something to do for cooking.
Yeah.
And I was like, so are we? He's like, fuck bro, we just cracked it, didn't even need to stand them over, he gave it. And I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. But the dude who I took up the road, I knew who he was. I was like, oh yeah, sweet, solid. So we were able to sort that out. He sort of helped me out with the rent, and then gave me a big bag, and I was still puffing. And then I was like, fuck it. I knew that fella, the house we went to, he had all the gear. So I went back to that house. A week later, book. Who was it? Oh bro, it's me, I came over here last week, I went and got those scales for you. Oh yeah, oh, cherry. Open the door, it's got a shotgun pointed at my head.
Oh.
And at that instant moment, my ass is twitching. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Where the fuck is your mate, huh? Whoa, what do you mean? Fuck, he done the runners on us. I was like, hey, fuck, we gave him this, that, to go and get this. I was like, bro, oh fuck. Bro, I just went up to get scales for you, bro, and I came back here, fucking no. Fuck, I've got nothing. I said, bro, I haven't even seen him since we left there. Fucking lying, get the fuck inside. Shotguns in my face the whole time. Get in the garage, boom. And I'm sacking it like, fuck, I'm gonna die. I'm praying, fuck, please don't shoot me. And anyway, he goes, fuck, I know how to tell if you're not lying. I was like, oh yeah, fuck. He's like, looks at his mate, bro, get him to go kidnap that dude and bring him back here. And I'm thinking, fuck, I have to do it, otherwise I'm gonna get shot. And I literally jumped in the car and I started crying. Like, fuck, I have to go kidnap this cunt. Got the address and everything. The dude he was with came with me. Took me to the address. Said he'd be in there, bro. Fuck. So I went in, tuk. Oh, is da-da-da here? The dude came to the door. What can I do? Smack him straight away. I hit him with the baseball bat. Knocked him out. Dragged him, chucked him in the boot. Shaking, I was shivering, shaking, my ass was twitching. I've never really been scared in my life, but I was scared. I think I've just kidnapped someone. But I have to do it to protect my own life. Took him back to this pad in Takanini. Put him in the garage, and then the dude goes to me, alright, fucking tune him up. So I did. I gave him the bash. The dude gave me pliers, ripped 2 of his teeth out. I ripped 2 of his teeth out. Teardrops were coming down my eyes while I was doing it. Then he goes to the dude, open your mouth. And there's this thing, they call it, it's like an acid wash for concrete. They put it, probably like 1/4 of a teaspoon on his tongue. And the acid was just mounting away at his tongue. This dude was screaming his fucking nut off. This fella ended up wrapping his mouth to be quiet. Told him shut the fuck up. bashing him, and then he looks at me and he goes, "Sweet bro, that's us." We went in the kitchen, and then the dude that I knew that was with him stayed in the garage with him. And I was like, "Fuck!" And then the other fella goes to me, he goes, "Bro, you know what he's doing in there?" I was like, "Fuck, I don't know, smacking him up." Now he's getting raped. And I'm like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Like, scared. Not knowing if I was going to walk out of there. And then the dude just goes to me, "Bro, you want a steak?" I was like, still a bit fucking scared, like what the hell just went on? "Oh yeah, bro, I have a steak." Anyway, the other fella comes out, brings that dude in, he's still got his mouth wrapped. I fucked him up so badly, he couldn't see. They chucked him in the closet, closed the closet. That's your house for the next week. Left him in that closet. Anyway, carried on, started chatting with them, da-da-da, and they're like, "So you don't know where he is, bro?" I said, "Fuck, I'm telling you the honest truth, bro. Fuck, I just went to kidnap some motherfucker for you, my bro. And I don't do kidnappings. I'm not like that." And he goes, "Well, fucking sweet ass, bro. Here you go." Gave me a few grams of crack and about $500. Sweet brother. He goes, "Bro, if I need you, I'll just text you, bro, and come here." And I was like, "Yeah, bro, yep, sweet, all good." So I left there, and then I was fucked. It made me sort of straight. I was cooked as, but after I kidnapped it, I was straight. It was like there was no drugs in me whatsoever. It's probably my worst experience in my life that I've ever had, is that. Besides, and then after that, kept going on. And then I owed more rent. I was falling behind on rent. I wasn't paying the rent. So same thing, I rang my bro up. He's like, "Yeah, bro, that's us." Then next minute, the same car that he got off that dude, we're using that. We're going into town. We're following Asians. Excuse that part, but we're following them to ATMs and then chucking them in the car, taking all the money off them, and then leaving them in the middle of nowhere. Not only that, there was this one night, pulled up behind this other car. He goes, "Bro, it's your turn." So I had to jump out of the car, and I jumped out into the car in front of us with a pistol, pointing at him. I said, "Bro, drive." He's like, "What the fuck?" My bro's on the phone with me. He's like, telling me what to do, so I'm doing it. Like, fucking go to the ATM, withdraw all your money, give me all your shit. I'm fully fucking covered up and everything, so you can't see me. And at that time, I've got that adrenaline rush. Like, I'm cooked as shit, but I'm like, fuck, I need to get this money. I need to get it. I just told the dude, "Bro, I'm not going to hurt you if you just listen to what I say." We went and done that. We'd done it to about 4 people. And just the look in their faces, you see the look in their face, it's like, I don't know, it's just that fear, like a real scared look that like, fuck, my life's going to end. And then done a few of that, done a couple of those, and then sort of came okay. It wasn't okay, but I thought it was okay. Got cooked, and then.
So what happened with that fella wasn't enough to set you on the straight and narrow?
Nah, because
as scary as it was,
I had worked my way and I had got out of it.
Yeah.
And then
you did what you needed to do to get out of that situation.
Yes.
And a lot of people listening would probably think, "Fucking hell, I'll be on the straight and narrow by now."
Yeah, but
still,
nah. That moment scared me for that time I was there. As soon as I was out of that situation, it's sort of like, well, it made me feel like, fuck, gee, you're a gangster. Like, I was like, fuck, you're a gangster. Little did I know, fuck, you're a dumb cunt. You're an idiot. But anyone would have thought, yeah, that would make you go straight. But no, it didn't.
In the beginning, when we started talking and we talked about it being a want as opposed to a need, by now at this point, did you think that it was an absolute need? Like you needed...
I needed...
Yeah.
I needed the gear. I needed the gear to function.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't have it, mood swings, angry, snappy, yelling at my kids for no reason, fucking slamming cupboard doors, fucking doing the dishes, but so everyone can hear.
And it's like you make the whole environment a fucking nightmare for those in your environment.
And that's it. In your eyes, fuck, it's normal.
Yeah.
But the environment and the people around you, your loved ones, they're hurting the most.
Yeah.
They're hurting the most. But I think, for my case, I could see it, but I didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
Because I was so cooked. Like, I was fucking cooked off my head. Like you said, it got to the point where I was doing the fucking big googly eyes, like sweating when it's cold. But yeah, and I done a few of those with the bro, and then that sort of came right. I was still fucked in the head, still. Like, got to the point that I went to one of my cousin's pads, and he had a tattoo gun. And me being cooked as, I thought, fuck, I'll do my own tattoos. And on my hands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, hell. Hey, like, and at the time when I feel, I'm a tattoo artist now, fuck, do my own tats. And then, when was it? Like a few months later, coming up to the end of 2018, I sort of had a what do you call it? Like my son's school, my middle son, school was going on a day trip for going out swimming for his class. And I promised my boy I would go. I wasn't living with them, I'd been kicked out because I was still fucked. And then, that was all good. And then him and his mum were waiting at the shop for me. And then she's like ringing me, texting me. Like, I had no form of transport. I was cooked as fuck. And I said, fuck, I'm coming there. Like, straight up. And she's like, you better not let this boy down. And my son's literally telling me, nah, my dad's going to come. He'll come. And then...
On the promises.
Yeah. And I turned up.
Oh, man.
He sees me walk around, and from what I can remember, he goes to me, see, I told you he's going to come. But me walking around, I'm fully coloured up, like, looked like a gang member.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I was like, fuck, I smoke. Boom, took the smokes, and she's like, fucking have it, da da da, fucking look at you, you fucking going to be a patch member now, you fucking idiot. You coming to the school like that, I said, fuck, at least I'm here. And I was like, fuck, let's not do this. The son's here, me and my son are going to have a good time. And I had mentally fucked with my partner's mind over the years. I think that day it just came to the point where she had had enough and lost it. And then I went, done the thing with my son. We had a beautiful day, like an awesome day. I made the effort to have a sleep the night before, so I'm not cooked. I didn't have anything while I was there, so I could enjoy my day with him, a normal day. And then it was organised where his mum was supposed to come back when it finished, picked him up after she had finished work from the school. We got back, texting her, there was no texts. Fuck, waited there, I was like, fuck, rang her, fuck, she's not coming. So me and son, I ended up walking them back to the house at the time. I rang her father, said, da da da, she's not getting hold of me. I had fucked with her mentally so much that she had had enough and she disappeared for the night. Everything was good. People found her, got a hold of her, she came home, and that was sort of the turning point for me. Came home, we had a big talk. She said, all I can do is think about you, like, you're always my number one, you always will be. And then she goes, but you need to get off it. And I was like, fuck. Like, in all reality, I didn't want to get off it. Like, to me, if I had got off it, I'm fucked. Like, I'm going to deteriorate. I'm going to fucking vanish into nothing.
Because by now it's probably all you fucking know.
Oh, that was pretty much all I know. And the sad thing about it is I had these cycles of stopping for a couple of years, but then repeating my same shit I used to do and playing those mind-numbing games on my partner
Yeah.
and just messing with my partner's head. A lot of people say physical abuse is really bad. I think mental abuse can be just as bad.
Definitely.
And not
Lasts
only
longer.
yeah, and over that time, like even before that, there was another time where we were having an argument. Boom, I was on the come downs. Like I was getting it all in her face, and she was egging me on because she was probably wanting me to hit her, so I could go to jail. But I don't touch women. Like that's a big no-no in me. You do not touch a woman, no matter what. And to me, if you don't touch a woman, that's all good. But mentally fucking them up, that's just as bad. And anyway, we had this big argument. She rang the cops. She full on socked me in the face with this big hard book. Like I was like, "Phew, fuck, Che, you actually fucking did it." And I was like, "Yeah." Anyway, fucking that all happened. I'm like, "Fuck, ring them, yeah, fuck." And she's like, "I'm on the phone with them now." And then talking, yeah, he's still going nuts. I took off my t-shirt. I went outside. There's this big fucking fence post holding up our sort of a deck outside, a cover outside our front door. I'm fucking shin kicking the fuck out of that piece of wood. Fuck on, cunts. I was literally waiting for the cops to come so I could attack them. My daughter and my second oldest boy, they're watching the whole thing. Watching me lose the shit, fucking kicking this pole like crazy. And then I think it was my boy, he goes, "Mum, fucking, let the idiot, let him go. Let him try to take on the cops. Let the fucking cops take him." So my kids seeing all of that as well is a bit mama for me now. Like I still have sort of little nightmares every now and then about that sort of shit. And the hardest thing is the things I put them through.
Yeah.
Throughout that time, I'm thinking, nah, I didn't do that. Hey, that's your fella's way of thinking. But it was me. And then that night that me and my partner had the big chat and everything, I get a phone call from my little sister the next day. She goes, "Oh, brother, are you home?" I said, "Oh, yeah, why?" She's like, "I'm coming over to see you." Oh, yeah. I was like, "Oh, fuck, here we go. Fuck, another lecture from Nam." She came in and I was like, fuck, I was cooked. I was on the couch like I was fucking cooked. And she comes in and she looks at me, she just starts bawling her eyes out. She goes, "Brother, you need help?" I said, "Fuck, I don't need help, I'm all good." "Brother, you need help, bro." She's like, "I don't want you in jail." So she goes, "This is your options. You're going to jail. You're going to fucking, or you're going to get murdered. Or you're going to die or something." And she started bawling her eyes out. And then I had a bit of a teary eye, and then I just sat there and just...
Bit of an intervention.
Yeah, because growing up, my baby sister was my world. Like, you fuck with my little sister, I'm coming after you. Like, it's over. And for her to come and talk to me and break down like she did, she's never cried like that in front of me. Ever. She held me so tight, like I've never felt a cuddle from her before. And she said, "Brother, I will help you. I will get you into a rehab." And I'm thinking, fuck, just do it. Yeah, okay then. Sweet, yep, all good, sis. And then so she got me a meeting at a rehab called Higher Ground out in Te Aratu. So I went in there, had the meeting with her. She goes, "Oh, do you want to be by us?" I said, "No, my little sister's all good." Like, and then I sort of explained my story to the lady who was there. And it made my sister break down
She
even...
like, "Yep, you definitely qualify."
Yeah, in that... But there was a sort of a waiting list that you had to sort of go on.
Oh, no.
And then that was all good. I had to do a couple of more processes before I got in there.
Yeah.
And then that was all good, sweet ass. My sister broke down while we were in there. And it's sort of like I spent the day there just seeing on what the rehab does, what everyone does, and then, like, you're not our visitors, saying no smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Just, you have like a, what do you call it, a routine that you have to go through. You get up at a certain time, You have breakfast with each other. Every day you talk, And I'm thinking, fuck, I'm not coming here. And then, fuck,
Fuck this.
Yeah, and then, and then we're having a feed. It's like it's a no sugar diet.
Oh,
because sugar is an addiction as well. And
I
then,
got that one.
yeah,
That's
me
my
too.
latest
Yeah.
addiction.
And then, so like I'm like, we're having lunch, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I fuck ain't gonna survive on this sort of food. We're having a fucking Big Mac or something, or a good steak. And I'm like, yeah, sweet. Got out. Told my sister, she's like, so how's that? But I was like, yeah, no, that was me. And I says, fuck, cool. She's like, well, how do you think about going into there? I was like, oh yeah, could be me.
And what were you really thinking?
In my head, I was thinking, fuck that shit. I'm not going in there. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And then went back. And then I don't know, it just.
So you ended up going back?
No.
Oh.
I went back home.
Oh, okay.
And then I kept getting phone calls from the rehab and shit. How you want to do? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing it good. And when I got home at night time, I went in the bathroom, I looked in the mirror, and I just broke down to myself. Like bawling up. I would have been crying for at least a good hour or something. Just talking to myself, talking to the man in the mirror, talking to myself. Just telling myself, bro, change, bro. Bro,
having that conversation with
yeah,
yourself.
Like looking at the mirror saying, bro, you can't do it for anyone else. You have to want to do it, and you have to do it for yourself. So that's what I put into my mind. It's like, I want to do it, and I want to do it for myself first and foremost.
Yeah.
Not for anyone else,
Yeah.
but for myself.
Because your family will benefit
That's right.
from you being clean, but you have to be clean for you first.
That's right. A lot of people will say, oh, I need to do it for my kids, but I don't believe that because
they benefit.
they're doing it. Yeah, they're doing it for the kids. They're not doing it for themselves.
And if it's not for yourself, you won't stay on for long.
Yeah, and I think that's over the years why I couldn't get clean.
Yeah.
Is because I wasn't doing it for myself.
Yeah.
And not only that, you have to want to change.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to change, you're not gonna.
You're not
gonna.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do it for yourself, you're not gonna change.
Yeah. I know.
And yeah, so I basically went.
So you had that conversation.
Yeah, I had that conversation with myself. Looked in the mirror, and then I said the only way I can do it is I'll give up everything. So cigarettes, drugs, and alcohol. It was hard at first. Like, that was 2019. At the start of 2019, yes, is when I stopped. When I just quit everything, like totally everything. Cigarettes, alcohol, drugs. It was hard, but I had that willpower because I wanted to do it for myself. And if I could change myself, then I've done it for my kids.
Yeah.
And
did you go to rehab?
Nah, I stuck it out on my own.
Wow.
I've stuck it out on my own, and I've been 3 years now. Coming up to 3 years anyway.
Wow.
3 years off everything.
Well done.
It was a hard, rocky road. Like, there's heaps of parts I missed out in there because I don't want to prolong everything.
Yeah.
People don't need to know every little extent and detail of what I went through. But it's still hard. Like,
what kind of things helped you when, like, say you're fiending and you're like, fuck, I feel like a fucking puff. Say you've gone into a situation's come up and you're stressed out, and where you would normally run back for a quick puff to alleviate.
I'll go look at the man in the mirror.
Wow.
And just remind myself, can't go back there. I mentally mess with my partner's head. I mentally mess with not just my partner, my kids.
Yeah.
My in-laws, my little sister, my mum, basically everyone. The little stealing from them and everything like that. Not admitting to it. But that's what sort of helped me, is when I used to get into that mind frame of fuck, should I go for it? I'll go see the man in the mirror.
And what about, so what about seeing people that you used to run along with?
No, I cut them out.
Oh, you cut them off?
That's how I did it. I took myself away from the situation.
Yeah.
I blocked everyone that I was involved with and that sort of stuff. I blocked them all out. I just cut everyone out, and now it's just me and my family. I don't roll with no one anymore. I still have my homies, like the bros.
Yeah.
But these bros don't really dabble in it.
Yeah.
And they're the closest. I play softball with my bros. They've helped me out a lot. A couple of them anyway have helped me out quite a bit. But yeah, that's the only way you can really do it if you want to do it on your own.
Yeah.
Just
So it is possible to do it without rehab.
oh, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. Well, like I said, I first started smoking meth at 2020. That's years ago. I mean 2020, sorry, 2000, sorry, in the year 2000.
Yeah.
So that's fucking 22 years ago.
Yeah.
And back then, mate, the shit was pure.
Yeah.
It was pure. Not like shit these days you probably get in from the last time I had it. I think that's why the last one was worse for me, because it was all cut and fucking yuck shit.
Yeah.
But you can do it. But like I said, you have to want to do it, and you have to want to do it for yourself first and foremost. Saying you want to do it for your kids or your parents or your siblings, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Trust me, I know. I've tried to do that.
Yeah.
It's not until you want to do it for yourself
Yeah.
where you'll actually make that change. It's like, even to this day, I think I've used so much that some days I literally feel like I'm on the gear
Yeah.
without being on the gear. Like, it amazes me. I'm like, fuck, like, I have to think, fuck, did I get on the gear? Did I miss a couple of days or something? But I haven't.
No.
It's just, I don't know. But I still have like side effects. Like
What kind of side effects?
I clench my jaw, like.
Yeah, my jaw's fucked.
Yeah.
I can see it when I look at videos and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking and that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, oh, look
yeah,
at that
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
jaw,
Yeah, I'm the
bro.
same. Like, I constantly clench my jaw.
Yeah.
Usually when I talk, like, I talk with my teeth closed.
Yeah.
Just shit like that. Just like little things are still in there.
Yeah, hard out. What kind of triggers do you have that might make you like, oh, fucking hell, that takes me back, or that reminds me, or do you have any?
Not really, because my main trigger was alcohol.
Oh.
Alcohol. That's why I had to cut that out as well. And
Because was the alcohol like a doorway to wanting a puff?
yes,
Yeah.
because you know when you get a bit smashed
Oh, yeah.
and you get wasted, you sort of want to be straight so you can carry on. So
Yeah.
it's like, when you're wasted, you're like, fuck it. Fuck, I'm sure this fella knows his number.
Yeah.
Bro, do you remember the bro da-da-da? Yeah, I got his number.
Yeah.
Fuck you back onto that.
That's like when I stopped smoking cigarettes, I had to stop drinking coffee too, because it came fucking hand in hand.
Yeah.
The minute
yeah.
I have a coffee, I want to fucking smoke.
Yeah. It's like, I found it harder because I gave everything up at once.
Yeah.
Cigarettes, I vape now, so I'm on the vape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it really hard. Like, sometimes I still have nightmares. Like, or have a dream that I'm fucking on the puffs and I'm floating around the world, and then fuck, I'll wake up and I'll be like, fuck, I'm home. Yeah, good. I'm like, I'm safe.
And how's your family now?
Well, I hope they're fine. Like, we're good. So I sort of work for myself now.
Wow.
And that was sort of a bit of helped me out as well.
Getting
because,
back into mahi?
Not the mahi, sort of just being a contractor and working for myself.
Yeah.
It's like I have more responsibilities. And it's quite fortunate, because at the start of 2019, when I did get clean and I stopped, the next month is when I got into this position of being a contractor, self-employed. And so that sort of helped me, because I was always on the road, I was always
Stay
working.
Focused.
Yeah, and I make good money. My family's happy, but just getting home now, seeing that smile on my kids' faces, getting that kiss from my missus every day when I come home, even when I leave. Like, I'll leave every morning, we have a kiss.
Yeah.
I get home, we have a kiss. Like
there's a routine now.
Yeah, and just I can be. It's better now because I can open up, and I can be honest.
Yeah.
I can be honest with her, like, as in before. To me, like, honesty wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Just hiding everything was a thing.
And the communication is better
Oh,
now?
the communication is way better. There was no communication on my behalf before. Like, there was no... Like I said, I mentally drained my partner. There was no physical abuse. I never ever hit my partner. I never ever will, and I never have. But it's more of the mental thing I put her through. And she's a very strong lady, putting up with my shit.
Fuck yeah, she's
for
bloody
what,
hearty, alright?
we're going on 20 years
Wow.
together. So for her to stick by my side that long, like we've had our off times here and there, had our breakups, but for her to stay by my side through all the shit I put her through is amazing. And to this day, she's still there.
Wow.
And I think it's brought us closer together.
Yeah.
Now that I am clean.
Well,
I don't.
it would be like, fuck, there's nothing you can't get through together as a team now.
That's right. Like, family members of hers have always told her, he's not good for you. Like, even when we first got together, you're not going out with that boy, he's trouble, da da da. But that's what the persona I had. I wanted to, when I was little at school, they asked you what you want to be. Hey, I wanted to be a gangster. But now I am a gangster because I'm looking after my family.
Yeah.
I finally made what I wanted to be in life, a gangster. And I am. Well, that's what I put as a gangster. Someone who takes care of their family, someone who is there for their family, not doing fucked up shit, like always going home. Yeah, boys have maybe a night out with the boys or something, but you're always going home. Like, to this day, like now, like I'll go to a barbecue with the boys, but it's cool because I can go have a barbecue, the boys are on the piss, and I can drink my Coke Zero and just sit with them, and I'm home by, what's the latest, probably 10:30, 11 o'clock. And back when I was on the gear and that, fuck, I'm not coming home for days.
Yeah.
And but when I was home, because I'm a father, yeah, I am home, but I wasn't a father. Hey, I was there physically,
not emotionally,
but not emotionally. Wasn't interacting with them.
And on that, someone asked, how are the older kids
They're
now?
Yeah, they're sweet.
Hey,
Yeah, so my
I bet
oldest,
they're proud of you.
they are, because they have my oldest son, the 18-year-old. He hasn't seen as much as the other two.
Yeah.
Due to him being at boarding school.
Oh yeah.
So he's been at boarding school straight after primary school. What was it? Year 7?
Yeah.
Do they call it these days? Year 7? So yeah, from year 7, this is his last year, he's been at boarding school. So he really hasn't... He's seen it, but he hasn't seen as much as the other two. But no, they're okay. They're happy anyway. They're happy that they've got their dad back. As in... With my middle son, yeah, he's happy that dad's home. He's happy dad's his normal self.
Yeah.
He's happy he can come and have a conversation with dad. My baby girl, she'll always be my baby girl. She's my only girl. She's my world. And I think she's the same. She's just happy to have dad back. Happy to not go through struggling. Some days you're having no power. Some days there's hardly no food in the cupboard. You're just making whatever. Fucking, if there's eggs, you're making a frittata because that's all that's in there.
Yeah.
But they're happy now. So, yeah, they're real happy anyway.
And what is your message that you would, I know when you started this, the reason you wanted to share is for the young ones, for the youth. What is your message to the youth?
Be yourself. Don't try and be something that you're not. If you're feeling down, talk to someone. I know it's hard to talk to parents. It's hard to talk to family members. Surely you got a best mate out there. If he's not doing this, not spiraling, surely there's someone. If the young ones are there, they've seen my name on here, look me up on Facebook. Fucking hit me up. I was a youth at one stage and I spiraled. But yeah, and just don't be fucking hard to talk about it. Hey, even if you look yourself in the mirror like what I do, I look at the man in the mirror, and he's the only one who can help you.
Yeah.
Well, that's from my experiences anyway. I don't know about anyone else's, but that's the only man that could help me, was the man in the mirror, myself.
Was there anyone else that could have saved you from all those years of addiction?
Nah. Nah. That's just being honest. Like, there was no one. Well, if my kids couldn't do it, no one could do it.
Yeah, hard out.
And my kids are a big part of my life. Like,
yeah.
right now anyway, and have been.
Yeah, hard out. Not me, bro. Is there anything else that you want to share with us?
Nah, not really. No, I'm good.
Cool, bro.
Hopefully I can help someone overcome and start moving forward in their own life and making a good journey of their life.
Yeah.
And stay away from what they call crystal meth.
Yeah, hard out. Nah, cool, bro. Well, on behalf of CWK, we just want to say thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And we wish you and your whānau nothing but the best.
Thank you.